Alright, it's February 10th, 2014. This should be Monday's lesson. You should be watching it Sunday night. Your student expectation is to review how to find functions with both tables, points, and word problems. That's generally the creating of the function. Just for a little review, a little practice, I want you to solve what is 10% of 89.95. 89.95. I want you to find that out and solve for it. Your HOQ is how can we use coordinates in the form x comma y to check our functions. We're going to jump right into that with example number 1 so that you can better understand it. What we're going to do in example number 1 will translate into your HOQ. What you're going to have to do is put this into words for me, write a sentence. So example number 1, we have a negative 1/4 x plus 3 equals y. Which point lies on this function? Okay. Now, go back to the HOQ. We're talking about coordinates written in the form x, y. Well, each one of these is in the form x and y, x and y, x and y. These could be small tables if you wanted them to be. You could make a small table, plug in and solve and see what happens. But for us, it's not necessarily a table that we need. We just need to plug into our formula and work out, see which one comes out correctly. Well, what we do is we actually are going to take this negative 1/4. My x value for a is 4 plus 3. And we're going to work that out. If that equals negative 3, then a is a possible answer. Alright? Well, a negative 1/4 times 4. Remember, 1/4 is like having 4 quarters. Okay? Or 4 parts. We have 4 quarters in a dollar, and we're talking about $4. We get to keep 1 quarter for every dollar. Then we're going to get to keep 4 quarters. 4 quarters is $1. Okay? So we got a negative times a positive. That keeps us at negative. So this would actually become a negative 1 plus 3. We add those together, we get we get a positive 2. Negative 1 is like saying you owe Coach Jackson $1 and you have 3. Coach Jackson gets his $1 and you're left with 2. Well, if these two numbers are the same, then that's your answer. Because these two numbers are not the same, they are not equal, then A is not our answer. So we'll move on to B and we'll work out B. Okay? So on B, we're going to take the same thing, our original function, which is negative 1/4. In this time, we're going to put in 2 plus 3. And we got to try to work this out so that it equals 4. Got to start right here. Just like PEMDAS, parentheses first. 1/4 times half, or times 2, is like saying I get 1/4 for every dollar. 1/4 for every dollar, I have $2. How many quarters is that? Well, that's 2 quarters. Well, 2 quarters is 50 cents. So 1/4 times 2 is the same as saying 50 cents, or 0.5. If you want to put the 0, you can. Now, because this is a negative times a positive, this is a negative 50 cents. It's like you owe me 50 cents and you've got $3. Well, if you owe me 50 cents and you have $3, then when I get my 50 cents, you're still going to have $2.50. Does $2.50 match 4? No, it doesn't. B is not our answer. Now, by process of elimination, we know that C is going to be our answer, but we need to go ahead and work it just to check it. So we take that negative 1/4, replacing our x with 4, plus 3, and that's got to equal 2. Well, a negative 1/4, okay, remember this is like having a quarter out of $1, and I have $4. So I get to keep 1 quarter for every dollar, so I get 4 quarters. 4 quarters is $1, and it's a negative $1 because I have a negative times a positive. So I have negative 1 plus 3. Well, you owe me $1 and you have 3. So I'm going to get, or you're going to get to keep 2 of your dollars. Now, because 2 and 2 are the same number, C is our answer. knew by process of elimination C would have to be our answer, and we just worked it out. Okay? Alright, so example number 2. Example number 2, we have different functions. We have to figure out which function is true for this table. Okay? You're going to do this one on your own. Remember, we're going to put it as input, output, and our functions in the middle. I suggest a lot of space for the function. Okay? So as you're making your table right here, I'm going to put my -2 in, 0, 2, 4. You're going to have to plug in these functions and work them out until you figure out which one gives you the correct output. Remember, the output is the same as the answer you're going to get for the function. Okay? Here's what I would do. I would start by saying, hey, I've got a negative, open parentheses, close parentheses, plus 3. That's A. Okay? So then I'd check B next. And I would say, hey, that's a negative 1/2, open parentheses for that X, plus a negative 3. There's B. And C is a negative 3, open parentheses, close parentheses for the X, plus 4. Okay? So you have A, B, and C. You're going to have to plug in those numbers, work it out, plug in the inputs, work it out, and if the answer matches the output, that's going to be your answer. We'll see what you get when you come to class on Monday. Okay. So, last one. We did a little bit of this at the very beginning of this section. We are going to write an equation for the product of a number and 7. So, key things. Product, a number, 7. So we're looking for product, which means multiply. A number, I'm going to use my variable x, and 7. So if I'm going to have the product of x and 7, then that's saying x times 7 is equal to whatever our answer is. Or you can write it as x7 or 7x. Either way is acceptable. Okay? Be ready to do a little bit of work in class on Monday. This is your first review. On Tuesday, you'll have your second review. Or Monday night, you'll have the second review. And Wednesday, when you come to class, we'll be having a test.